Hey guys, it's Zueljin. I'm excited today to introduce the official release of Magicraft 1.0. It's been a year since I made my first video, and after about 150 hours of gameplay, I can honestly say that this update is insane, man. There's a lot of expansions, a lot of new creatures, a lot of features. I'm gonna try to cover them as best as possible. So thank you very much, first of all, to the team at Magicraft for sponsoring this video. I was looking forward to playing some more of this game anyway, and it's a blessing to be able to cover it and showcase what some of the new features are. So at any rate, it's come a long way since the first launched in early access on Steam. With all the players' feedback, and the devs really crafted 3 big major updates over the last year, which I covered as they were being developed. So the last large update before the 1.0 release added Chapter 4, which was the Abyss of Antiquity, where we got in touch with all of these abyssal monsters and the big deep sea master, which it owned me for quite a few times until I got some practice and learned its patterns. And as you can see here, I got a little bit better at it. Plus, the spell combinations got pretty crazy, and if you get the right build, man, you can really put a whipping on him if you just focus on his patterns and dodging. But the big one is Chapter 5. That one came out with this update, and it's ridiculous. It's so hard. So it's a boss rush mode, and I got past the first boss relatively easy. The second one, I was very close, and there's 5 altogether. This build just was not even close to strong enough, as you can see, but there was a bunch of new spells too, as you can see slinging all over the screen. One of the big things about the 1.0 release is these boundary stone spells. It opens up a lot of build options by allowing more charging slots. Like, all of the charging slots were always limited unless you put one of the expansion rune stones in them before, and now you can actually just craft a bunch of spots just by placing this in any length of wand, and it changes up. And there's also spell fall, which I briefly looked at, but I didn't really have any great spells to play around with it. But it is cool. It makes like the meteor effect, but you can put it on anything. So I'm thinking things like Rockin' Ball or the water drop, stuff like that. I think you could do some really good stuff with that. So the new relics and sets that they have, there's a melee mage set that gives you dodging abilities and melee options. There's the Reaper set that's all about stacking venom. I actually unlocked this with a reward that we were given for early access. Basically 4 new sets, including this crazy one here that I just unlocked after the run. And I mean, just a butt slam. I mean, it's so good. It's so good. And there's different ways to unlock all of these, as you can see, but all in all, it gives you a big variety of the types of gameplay that you can do. So naturally, they all change the skin of your character when you morph into those builds, but there's also regular skins that you can use, like the old tomato and the 66. Basically, all the things that you can unlock as you are going through your runs and stuff. There's enhanced NPCs and a bunch of gameplay improvements. You can see now we have this resource converter, which I was able to use to really focus in on what I wanted to unlock, and a bunch of excess resources that I had in different areas I got to pour into these other resources and start unlocking some of the cool new content. So I'm glad I did all those extra runs, even though I had beat the game a few times already. Plus, some of the unlocks that you can get allow you to lock more spells when you go into dungeons now, and it is a remarkable upgrade. I haven't really used it too much yet, but it allows you to customize your runs a little bit tighter and just make sure that you don't get the same spells over and over again. It's a pretty cool feature for that. The art and the UI have all been kind of changed. There's a bunch of visual enhancements and some optimizations, thicker walls, improved shadows, The UI, big time. Like spell reflections that show rarity colors and interface adjustments. It just makes navigating a little bit easier, like, you know, with rare colorings and stuff like that. A bunch of gameplay adjustments as well. The devs implemented a ton of tweaks that removed limits on spell crystal layers, rebalanced relics, updated the manual, and even reduced difficulty on some puzzles that were just crazy hard. I got to some that I was just like, oh my god. All of this makes Magicraft 1.0 just really, really good for seasoned players and even newcomers, you know, just because it's a total package now. Basically, everything that you need to know is packed within this blog post. I'm going to keep in the description, as well as just playing the game. You'll be able to discover it. You can find Magicraft on Steam. I'll have that link in the description as well. And I really hope you look forward to this update. It's been a lot of fun so far. If you already own the game, it's a free update. If you don't own the game, I'm gonna tell you, there are so many hours of content in this game. If you enjoy roguelikes and getting these broken builds, reminiscent of, you know, favorites like Binding of Isaac, you are going to love Magicraft. It's the ultimate spellcrafting game. One of my favorite games that I've ever played, easily my favorite game of the year in 2024. And I mean, we ain't got much to 2024 left, but I don't think anything's gonna come close to it. At any rate, guys, I hope y'all really enjoyed the video. I hope y'all enjoyed Magicraft 1.0. Thanks so much for watching. As always, this is Zueljin signing off. We'll see you next time.